TOK Exhibition prompt 28. To what extent is objectivity possible in the production or acquisition of knowledge? Well, this is a to what extent question. So you do need to think carefully about what your answer would be. You need to offer some kind of extent. On one side of the spectrum, you could say to no extent is objectivity possible, and that is in line with skeptical thinking. On the other side of the spectrum, you could say that to a great extent objectivity is possible because this is the way it is, which is a quite dogmatic approach. Let's start to explore some of the arguments in a bit more detail. So maybe you could say objectivity is not possible because something like the Rorschach test shows us that we all have our own perceptions, our own perspectives, interpretations of things. Bear in mind, we are all guilty of cognitive biases. We all fall foul of prejudiced thinking. And if you look at something like this document that I've shared here, it shows you that even when you try and be objective, other factors might affect how you see things. Perhaps you could argue the opposite. Perhaps you could say objectivity is possible because we have things like critical thinking, the scientific method, double-blind test, peer review, replicability, consensus. So you could perhaps argue that objectivity is possible. And the example here is something like the argument that smoking leads to cancer. Because of various methods, people will say that it's objective knowledge that smoking does cause cancer. This is how I feel about the whole situation. In the right circumstances, objectivity is possible to a large extent. However, that does not mean that objectivity is always guaranteed. So I'll leave you with that. Have a little think about. Thank you very much.